Well, traveling has been, a passion of mine since I was a child. So, that didn't come from the work side of things, but trading in general helped me to do that. It's not a bad thing. I don't look at them as connected, but at the same time, I also feel blessed that because I'm a trader, I have the ability to travel a little bit more easier because I don't need to sign a piece of paper saying, can I take a week off 3 months from now? So I do have that little bit of flexibility there. Because trading is more internet based, I'm very, very conscious about where I'm going based on time zone in terms of where are you going to trade, and does the time zone line up with when you're awake and alive? It's like you don't want to do it in the middle of the night when you're really tired or exhausted. So I'm very conscious of that.
Yeah.
If we're being honest here, that's how I got in, thinking this is my way out. And then it turned out to be quicksand, and I got dragged in more and more and more to a point where I'm like, I was working 8 hours a day at my other job. I was working for a bank before, and now I'm doing close to 20 hours a day, 4 hours of sleep, and doing this over and over. I mean, I don't trade like that anymore, but I spent so much time into it that I don't think the average newcomer who comes to the industry realizes that there is no mid grounds. You actually have to go all in. I don't know, that word just keeps coming into my mind of you got to go all in with all your might, all your energy. You got to use all your background of when someone said you can't do this, you got to bring that energy in there as well. Whatever you have to do to get that fire going and saying I'm going to do this, whether it takes 1 year, 10 years, 50 years, and you come with that mindset of I got to push. So and there's no looking back. Should they leave and travel? I think that should never be done. They can't just leave and go, because especially if you're new to traveling, you're so excited about the travel that you can't focus on trading. So you obviously want to do the travel and trade part once you've traveled a bit already without the pressure of trading. You got to travel a bit until you become numb to it a little bit, where it's like normal, and then you can travel and trade, because you need full focus in trading. There is no half-assing it, right? You gotta be all in. So what I'm about to say might sound a little bit weird, but I look at it in two different ways, and this is personal to me. I'm just gonna explain how I look at it. I look at trading and who I am as two separate things. Okay, if I wake up in the morning and I don't feel 100% in my A game, or I feel tired or lethargic after a meal or anything like that, I can't trade. Even though I might, in my mind, I have the best strategy in the world, I can't do it. It won't work because my physical body is, and my mental state is not ready for it, right? So getting into that mindset of you're here, you're gonna conquer, and you're gonna win, requires some energy in the mornings before you sit down to trade. You gotta get into battle mode, basically, right? So once you get the mind ready, then you are looking for, now is there an opportunity that has low risk available for me? You need those two aspects together. So when you're traveling and trading, you might get the opportunity, but you yourself might not be ready. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I try to get myself back in the zone, but it doesn't happen all the time. And those days I don't trade. It's almost like you want everything to line up in your brain, right? Like your mind, your trading, and your opportunity. Everything needs to line up perfectly. Like, okay, now I can trade. So it's sort of like that. But if I don't have those things lined up, there's a feeling of I'm gonna lose today, because I can feel I'm not on my A game, or at least the first few trades are gonna be losses. So.
Because like you, I like to consider myself a little bit of a jet setter. That was something that when I worked, the 9 to 5 cubicle job at an insurance company, that I wanted to travel more. And I only got 1 week off of vacation a year, like 1 week. And I mean, there's so many places. There are so many places in the world worth visiting. I just wanted to travel. So for me, I just do it. I just make myself do it, because I wake up at market open regardless of where I'm at in the world. One of the hardest places to trade is Australia. If you're trading the U.S. markets, because the U.S. markets usually open about 11:30. at night.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's opening 11:30 at night. So I mean, you've got to either, you know, stay awake all night and sleep some during the day, or you're pulling long days and long nights and you're not getting that much sleep, which obviously health as well. So I always encourage people to get their sleep. Hawaii is also pretty challenging.
That's a pretty tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, Hawaii is challenging because the market opens at 3:30 a.m. So it's like, okay, I have one of two choices. I'm going to bed at 7 p.m. or I'm, again, staying up all night and sleep during the day. So for me, in those situations, man, I just force my body. I just force my body to stay up until a certain time. I go to sleep at a good time, and I try to get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep so that I wake up before market open and trade. And that's just a commitment that any entrepreneur is going to do. If you're a business owner, I mean, you're going to have clients in different time zones, different time frames. You're going to have to wake up and do phone calls and things like that. It's just, it's the beautiful part of the world that's the sun, right? We're spinning around it. So you got to just go with it, man.
Mostly I switched from day trading to swing trading. And
completely or just partly?
So yeah, my new strategy is kind of like that I still execute as a day trader, but I do my watch list as a swing trader. So I set up my alarms in the morning, and then that's it.
So that makes it kind of easier for you to manage your trades now, and you have to spend less time from the chart, basically.
Exactly, yes. And my average trade size has gone up considerably, obviously. So I'm paying less commissions in relation to my profits, which made a huge difference in my bottom line. I'm spending much less time on the charts. I'm spending much more time in trades now, but I don't have to babysit them. So yeah, everything I did was basically to get back some free time.
Yeah.
And I also went into developing algorithms. So part of my bankroll is now also invested in fully automated trading, where I don't have to do anything except for check the trades every day, 5 minutes. So when the algorithm opens a trade, I get an email with a screenshot. So that's pretty much all I do in that department, besides developing new strategies. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I got more time than before, and I'm making more money. So basically, what I did is that I looked for swing trading setups, and with roster, and then timed them with my day trading strategy. Mm-hmm. So suddenly I had a lot fewer trades, but I had much bigger targets because the trades I looked for were on the higher charts. And my risk-reward ratio was much better than before, suddenly. So yeah, that was pretty epic. Like 5 hours of focused work, that's really the maximum for me. Everything else feels like I'm not making as much progress as before. So usually I get up in the morning without an alarm. And then I start working, and usually I don't need anything. I just go straight to my laptop. I start working for 5 hours. Screw morning routines and all that stuff. I tried it for many years. It drives me crazy. I just get up, I go to my laptop, I start working. After 5 hours I'm done, then it's 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I have the rest of the day.